My next video on C programming. So I had told in the first C programming video about some certain introduction of the C programming, and in the second video I had given in detail about printf and scanf statement. So today I will be explaining about a variable, how do we use a variable and why it is required and what are the various rules that we have to follow over here. So that is important. So as I have told you, we will be using the Turbo C software over here, so we can go with Start Turbo C++ over here. So this is the screen we are going to get over here. Just what we can do is we can just close all by going to the Windows option. Now first of all I have to create a file, so I'll go to file over here. In the file I'll just select new. So here this is a new file, and here we can write the programs. So first of all, when I'm telling you about a variable, what is a variable? Variable is nothing but which is used to store data. So it is required to store the data. So what data in the sense what? So data is nothing but you can have the values that is required to store in your program, so that is nothing but a variable. So as well as you can give another name to the variable, that is nothing but you can tell that in short a name of memory location. So it is a name of a memory location, you can tell. So that is a variable. So in short you can tell that you are going to store certain value inside a variable. What would be an example for this one? We have already seen, suppose if you want to declare a variable, you need a data type for that one, you need the name of the variable, then you need an assignment operator, and then you can store the value inside this one. So you can tell the syntax of your variable is nothing but you have to specify the data type, and then you have to specify the variable name, and then you have to assign the value over here. So this is a variable. Now whenever we are declaring or defining a variable and initializing a variable, so there is a difference when we do that. So first of all, when I am telling you about defining a variable, so defining a variable is nothing but you are just giving the data type and you are just giving the name of the variable, that's it, and you are ending it with a semicolon. For example, you can take int a semicolon, you can take float b semicolon, you can take char c semicolon. So this is nothing but this is called as defining a variable. So defining is nothing but we are giving the data type and we are specifying the name of the variable. You take the data type and you specify this one. Int is a data type, which means what? A can store only integer values. Float is a data type for b, which means what? It can store only fractional part numbers, and char is a data type for C, which means it can store a single character. So this is called as defining a variable. Now when I tell you about initializing a variable, initializing a variable is nothing but we are trying to store the value as well as we are declaring the data type and giving the name. So it is declaration with the storing of the value, that is called as initializing a variable. So it is nothing but you take a data type, you give the name of the variable, and then you specify the value also over here. So this is called as initialization of variable. For example, int a is equals to 20, and then you can specify over here, suppose if you want to do it for float data type, you can take float f is equals to 20.8. So this is for fractional part numbers. And suppose if you want to store anything which is holding a single character, always remember whenever we are taking a char data type, the character that we want to store, it should be always within a pair of single quotes, that is like this. So you have to write it within a pair of single quotes if you have a char data type. So it can store only one single character, that is called as a char data type, and this is the difference between your defining a variable and initializing a variable. Now coming to certain rules that you have to follow. So what rules are this? The rules are nothing but it is rules for defining a variable. That is, whenever we are declaring a variable or defining a variable, there are certain rules that has to be followed over here. So the first rule that has to be followed is that whenever you are taking a variable name, what all it can contain? It can contain your alphabets as well as digits, as well as the only special character which is allowed in your variable name is underscore symbol. So this thing you have to always keep in mind, that we cannot use any other special characters to give the name for a variable, provided you can just use underscore, and then you can use any alphabets and you can use digits, any digits you can use over here. So that is the first rule for your defining a variable. And the next rule for defining a variable is nothing but whenever you are taking a variable name, it can start with alphabets, and it can start with alphabets and underscore, but it can't start with digits. So which means what, whenever we are giving the name of a variable, so when we are giving the name of a variable, for example, we can take int a3, this is possible. We can take float, underscore 3, this is also possible. That is because it is starting with an alphabet and this is starting with an underscore, so both are possible over here. But which is not possible, which is not allowed over here is, for example, you cannot take int 3a, this is not allowed, as well as I cannot take, for example, if I am taking the float as the data type over here, I cannot take 3 underscore, which is not allowed. You can see this is not allowed. So at the starting of your variable name, you cannot have the digits over here. So this is the second rule of your defining a variable. Then the third rule for your variable name is that whenever you are taking a variable name, for example, suppose if you are having more than one variable to define, then you cannot have white spaces in between. So what does that mean, no white spaces? For example, suppose if I want to declare two variables a and b, I can take int a comma b like this, which means what, whenever I am taking two variables, I have to separate it with a comma. I just can't give a space. For example, I cannot take int a space b semicolon, this is not allowed. Either you have to take two separate variables by differentiating it with a comma, or else what you can do is you can consider this as to be a single variable as ab without any space. So this will be considered as one single variable. So this is the third rule for your variable. Then coming to the last rule of your variable, that is nothing but whenever you are taking a variable name, that is nothing but when you specify the name, you cannot use any reserved keywords. So no reserved keywords are allowed over here. Reserved keywords in the sense what? What do you mean by reserved keywords? Reserved keywords are those which are already having their work, which are defined and which is given the task for that one. You cannot take them as to be the name. For example, in your C programming, you have 32 reserved keywords. So this reserved keywords cannot be used by any of the variable name. That is, for example, suppose the reserved keywords are int, we have char, yes, we have char, we have float, we have if, we have else, we have while, we have for. These all will be seeing in our upcoming videos. So these are certain reserved keywords among 32 reserved keywords. Within next classes I will be giving you the list of 32 reserved keywords. This cannot be taken as the name of variable. For example, I cannot take int as a data type, and suppose if I want to take the variable name, I cannot take float over here and give. This is not allowed. So these are certain rules to define your variable. So there are 4 rules. You can have alphabets, digits and underscore, and you can start with alphabet and underscore, but you cannot start a variable name with a digit. As well as you cannot have white spaces in between the variable names, you have to separate it with a comma. And the last rule is that you cannot use any reserved keywords over here. So these are certain rules for defining your variable. Now coming to the next, that is nothing but the types of your variable. So now we saw what is a variable, what is defining a variable, as well as we saw what are the rules for defining a variable. Then the next thing is that the types of variables which we are having. So the first type of variable which we are having is a local variable. So local variable is nothing but, you can see local in the sense what, it is local to some specific function, you can tell. So local is nothing but which belongs into a particular boundary, so that is something called as a local. So local variables are nothing but these are into a particular curly braces, those are called as local variable. That is, for example, suppose if I am taking int main over here and then I am opening a curly brace over here and then I declare a comma b and then I am closing this one. So which means what, this a and b both are the local variables because these are local to main function. These are into the specific boundary of main function, which is opening over here and closing over here. If you try to access a and b outside this curly braces, it will give you an error because it does not have that much boundary over there. So that is one example. Suppose if you want to create your own function, for example, wired function 1 you're creating, and then you're going to and then you're going to use it over here. And suppose here if I'm declaring int a over here, this is also having its own boundary over here, so you cannot use or you cannot access outside this curly braces. Suppose if you take int a you have declared over here, and suppose here if you're trying to take a printf statement and if you're trying to print it over here, this is definitely going to give you the error, which is not allowed. So this thing you have to always keep in mind. Local variables are within the specific boundary. If you declare it within the specific boundary, you can access it only within this boundary itself. This boundary is the only specific location. So these are nothing but this a and b are considered as to be a local variable, and here also we have local variable. So this is your first type of variable. Then the second type of variable which we are having is, that is nothing but the global variable. So global variable is nothing but, the name itself is telling you that global, in the sense what, it is something which you can use it anywhere in your program. So if your variable has to be a global variable, then where do you have to declare it? You have to declare it after your header files. So which means that it should not be present in any of the function, not even in the main function. If you not even in the main function, it is not allowed. So if it is in your main function, again it becomes a local variable local to the main function. That is, for example, suppose if I am taking over here hash include stdio.h, and then here if I am declaring int a, this becomes a global variable over here. So this is a global variable because it does not belong to any function. Now suppose if you take int main over here, and if you open int b is equals to 10 comma c is equals to 20. So here you can see the difference. A is a global variable, b and c are the local variables because these are declared within the main function. So these are local to main function. A, since it does not belong to any function, it can be used anywhere in your program over here. So since this is a global variable a, I can use it over here. So I'll take a is equals to b plus c. I can do this one, and then I can print the value of a over here. So this is possible. So this is how you can print it, and then you can close it. So therefore through this we come to know that this is a global variable, a is a global variable, and b and c are the local variable. So this is the second type of your variable. Then the third type of variable which we are having is, that is nothing but we have a static variable. So static variable is something which is declared with a static keyword. In your 32 reserved keywords in C programming, static is one of the keyword which is used to declare your variable as static. Any variable that is declared with static keyword is called as a static variable. That is, for example, suppose if I am taking over here hash include stdio.h, and then suppose if I am taking int main, and suppose here if I take int a is equals to int a is equals to 10, and then if I declare static int b is equals to 20, then this is nothing but this is a static variable. So anything that is having a static keyword is called as to be a static variable. This is the third type of variable. And then coming to the fourth type of variable, that is nothing but a global variable. That is automatic variable, you can tell. Automatic variable. So automatic variable is nothing but it is very similar, or you can tell that it is nothing of a difference when you compare to the local variable. So it is same as your local variable. The only difference is that when you are declaring an automatic variable, you use the keyword auto here. So among 32 reserved keywords, auto is one of the keyword which is over here. So the working is similar to that of the local variable. Even this is used in the specific boundary. For example, suppose if I am taking void function 1 over here, and then suppose if I take int s is equals to 6 and auto int y is equals to 4. So this is also nothing but this is also a local variable. So it is local as well as it is automatic variable. So this is a local variable. The only keyword here you are giving is an auto keyword over here. And then coming to the next one, the last type of variable which we are having is, that is nothing but we have an external variable. So external variable, the name itself is telling you that external variables are used in order to be used from one specific region to another specific region. If you want to declare an external variable, you can use the extern keyword over here. So you can see there is an extern keyword used over here. So extern is one of the keyword, once again, which is going to be covered under your 32 reserved keyword. So extern, if you are using a keyword and declaring a variable, even this can be used anywhere in your program. It is, you can consider that very similar to your global variable. This is how you are going to do. For example, as I have told you, you can declare it after the header files. That is, for example, suppose if you consider over here hash include stdio.h, and then you can consider extern int x is equals to 10. So this is nothing but this is an external variable. X is an external variable which you can use anywhere in your program. Plus what you can do is that you can also reassign the value to the external variable. That is, for example, suppose if I am taking int main, and again if I am trying to print the value, suppose if I take printf, if I take %dx, yes, so here what we are going to do, we are just going to print the value. This is going to print it in the output 10. And suppose if I take x is equals to 20 now, and suppose if I take printf, and then if I take %d, it is going to be reassigned. The value is going to be reassigned. Now the value of x will be given as 20. So this is how you are going to use your external variable. So these are the, you can tell there are local, global, static, automatic and external. These are the 5 types of variables in your C programming which you are going to follow. These are very important concepts and very basic concept. Now let me show you very simple example program for your different types of variables. What you can do is, we'll just save this one as variable description. So I'll just take it as like this. Now suppose if I want to see the program for a local variable, what we can do is, we can just take hash include stdio.h. as I have told you, this header file is required since we are using printf and scanf statement. And then what I am going to do is, I am going to consider int main over here, and then I am just going to open the flower bracket. I'll take int a is equals to 10 over here, and now I will take printf. I'll take in the double quotes, I will take %d, I will close the double quotes, comma, and then I'll take a over here, and then I'll just give a semicolon and I'll just close this one. So this int a is equals to 10 is nothing but it is a local variable. So int a is equals to 10 is equals to local variable. So since it is nothing but it is accessed only within this flower bracket, so it is possible to get the output over here. What we can do is, we can just save this file as local 1. So we can consider this as to be a local 1, and we can just save this one. So what we can do is, we can just compile this one to check for the errors. So you can see we have the error, that is, since I have taken main function as to be the integer type, I have to take it as return 0. So I will just take it as return 0 semicolon. So now what I will do is, I will save this once again, and now I'm going to compile this file, and you can see I'll just going to run this file over here. I'll just click enter. Now in order to check this one, we are going to click the output. So you can see that we are having 10 as the output over here. So this is how you are going to run your local variable program. Then the next one which we are going to have is for your global variable. You can just go to new over here. So here we will take hash include stdio.h, and here, as I have told you, global variables you can declare it over here itself. So you can take int main, and then I'll open the flower bracket, int x is equals to 10 comma y is equals to 20 semicolon. And since here we can use a is equals to x plus y, so this is how you are going to do. So here you can access the value, that is nothing but printf %d colon comma Okay, so here I can access this value over here, return 0, then close the flower bracket. So this is how A is a nothing but A is a global variable over here. So this is a global variable and X and Y are the local variables over here. So this is a local variable. So now we can save this file, yes, as global 1. We are just going to save this one. Now what we are going to do is we are going to compile this. You can see no errors and no warnings, and here we can just run the program. Yes, now in order to see the output, we are just going to window output. So here you can see that we have got the in the result 10 and 30. That is 10 is nothing but it is a previous result of global variable, and 30 is nothing but it is a result of the global variable. So this is of local variable previous program output, and 30 is for the present program. So this is how you are going to run your global variable. So next is your static variable. As I have told you, static variables are those where you are using a static keyword. So what you can do is you can just take over here hash include stdio.h, then we take int main function, and then we take int x is equals to 10. So suppose this is a local variable, and for the static variable we will take static int y is equals to 10. So static int y is equals to 10 is for your static variable. Now you can see that what we will do is x is equals to x plus y. To see this program more effectively, what we can do is the best option is you can create a separate function. So for example, if you want to create a separate function, suppose I'll take a void func1. So this is called as the defining a variable, wherein you are just defining and telling that you are using such a function in your program, that is func1. And now what we do is we will take int x is equals to 10 while static int y is equals to 10 over here. Now what we do is we will directly call the function func1, that is func1 we are going to call once. So whenever we just take the name of the function, it is going to jump to the logic of that function. I will call 2 times, and now I am calling it for the third time. So now I am going to take return 0, I'll close this. Now I will write the logic of my func over here in the last void func1. I'll open and close, I'll open this logic. I'll take x is equals to x plus 1, y is equals to y plus 1, and then what we do is we are just going to close this flower bracket over here. And here, in order to print the result, what we do is we will print the result within our function 1, that is printf. In the double quotes we take %d close comma, then we take x. So what we do is we will take /n over here, and then what we do, we take it as semicolon, and then we take printf, that is %d/n, close the double quotes comma, that is y you take. So now you will close this one, and now what we do is we will save this file, that is called as static1. Now what we do is we are going to compile this. You can see there are so many errors. Y is assigned to a value that is never used. So this is what we are getting the error over here. So what we can do is, what we do is we take static int y is equals to 10. So x is equals to x plus y. So better we click over here int x is equals to 10, and then static int y is equals to 10. So this is how you are going to do. Now what we do is we will try commenting this section. Yes, so now we try to save this file and we try to compile this one. Yes, so we have 0 errors and 0 warnings. Then we are going to run this program. Now we'll just check for the we are going to just check for the output. So you can see over here we have 11. This is for the local variable 11, and this is for the static variable 11, then local variable 11, static variable 12, and then local variable 11 and static variable 13. Here I am trying to show you that local variables, when you are repeatedly calling and trying to increment it, what happens is it is always going to increment from 10 to 11 only. You can see 11, 11 and 11. The same thing it is going to give even if you are calling the function 3 times. But whereas static variable is always going to change the value from the previous value, that is it is going to be 11, then 12 and then 13. So this is how it is going to run over here. So this difference you must be able to understand over here that. So you can see function I have called it 3 times, and x is a local variable and this is y is a static variable. I'm calling it 3 times. When I'm trying to increment local variable from 10 plus 1, that is 11, 3 times, it always gives me 11 only, because local variables are only going to change from the previous value to the next value, but whereas static variable are always going to change to the next new value over here. So that is your static variable. And as I have told you, local variables are nothing but these are similar to your automatic variables. So you can see, suppose if you are using the same program, suppose if you are opening your same program local one over here. So here suppose if you are declaring, if you want to declare an automatic variable, you can just take auto int y is equals to 20. So this is a automatic variable. Here you can also print your y value. You can just add percentage %d over here, and then you can just take, so here just you can give a space. Yes. So here we have an insert option. You can click insert, and then what we do is you can just give a comma, close the round bracket, semicolon. So what we can do is once again save this file. Yes, and then compile. There are no errors and no warnings. Then we can just go to run option, click enter, and then you can go to Windows, check for the output screen. So 10 and 20. So this is the automatic variable. And the last type of variable program which I would like to show is of the external variable. Just go to file new. What you can do is you can just take hash include stdio.h. Here what you can do is you can take extern int x is equals to 10, and then you can take int main, open the flower bracket, and then you can take printf. First let us try printing this value percentage %d x semicolon, and now we will try reassigning the value. X is equals to 20, and then we take printf percentage %d. So now we are going to compile this file. So there are 0 errors and 0 warnings. You can see over here. You can just go to run, and then finally go to window and check for the output. So you can see the values are assigned, reassigned 10 and 20. So this is how your programs are going to work, and these are the different types of variables, and these are the different types of programs which you can do. If you want to close all the window, you can just go to close all and click enter to save the files over here. So this was about the variables, the types of variables, defining and declaring variables, and rules to define the variable. Thank you so much. So please subscribe, like and share to my channel.